and welcome back
to Dark Souls, the ultimate guide, and this is the other Blighttown video.
Yeah, this is going through Blighttown the way that you really should if you want to save yourself a lot of anger.
Yeah, so I mean, if you don't care about getting all the items in the game or whatever, then this is definitely the route that you want to be taking, if you've taken the Master Key, obviously. If you haven't taken the Master Key, then you can't go this route. But that shouldn't be an issue because obviously you take the Master Key. So first of all, we want to go down to Valley of the Drakes. So that means come down here. Obviously you just follow where we're going. But this cuts out about half an hour's worth of time. That's if you're good at the game and know what you're doing. Otherwise, God, probably about like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's not including waiting to, respawn at your checkpoint because you've died countless times.
Yeah, so I mean, otherwise, we're still showing you how to get everything. Unlike in the other video, we show you how to get the Dark Woodgrain Ring and show you what happens when you kill Shiva. But other than that, that's really the only difference from these videos. This is also the difference is showing you how to go down from the other direction.
Yeah. So we put on the Ring of Fog here because there's 3 of the infested barbarians in the tunnel, and you don't need to fight them. You just run past them. Yeah, as I can see from here. But yeah, so just sprint past them, and if you keep an eye down the right, you might see some of the souls tick up a bit as the infested barbarians just run off the bridge. No, in fact, Ring of Fog, they won't follow you that far.
Yeah, the Ring of Fog is absolutely, we would probably say vital for doing Blighttown if you want to give yourself an easy way of doing things. Now in this chest here, see, we actually recorded this twice by mistake and we didn't record it the first time, but in that chest is the key to open up the gate which takes you from Valley of the Drakes into New Londo Ruins, but we already have a Master Key. Now we want to follow these jumps down because the first thing we're going to get is the Crimson Armour, which is the armour set that we're going to be using for the rest of the playthrough.
Yep, two-handing your Claymore, Claymore here because these guys are really difficult to hit with the horizontal swing, and the two-handed Claymore is the vertical one, which is really what we're looking for. So we get invaded here, and we speed this up in a couple of minutes because the guy he's obviously going to be much better than us. I'm sure there's a point where we see him take over 1,000 odd damage, and we've not got that much health.
Yeah.
So, and our Claymore's at like what, +7 or something like that at best at this point. So we're in no way fit to take him on. This is where you would find the Crimson set.
Like I said, we done this the first time we forgot to record it. So
yeah.
Where that body is the Crimson set. Just
and
follow
what it looked like.
Follow those drops down, and not only this, when you go back to the other side, there's no items to get. So following this drop down is actually totally fine, and we're then going to progress to get the rest of the items.
And that's where the sorcery remedy would be. You also get the Ceaseless, which one is it?
It's the tin banishment catalyst.
The tin banishment catalyst off of the body with the Crimson set as well. It's a weak catalyst, but it's the good thing about it is that it's heavy attack. With a catalyst, a heavy attack usually beat them with it. This is it's more of a spear type catalyst, so it when it hits for over 150 damage. Whereas most catalysts hit for under 50, so it's good to get you through the first stage of the game if you come down here first.
Yeah, I mean it's a decent catalyst. Anyway, so we got invaded and we really didn't want to get killed and have to do this, come all the way back. So we just thought we could wait it out, and eventually that he would just eventually Blackstone himself out of the world.
Yeah, he's right there. You just see him there.
Yeah, he's up there and he's already seen us, so he ends up coming back down. Now, right now he's in the area that we're not going to go to.
Yeah, he's at the park. That's the way you'd want to go if you want to go back out of Blighttown.
Through the depths, that is.
Yeah. No one wants to do that ever.
So essentially we are cutting out that entire part.
Yeah.
Right now, it's important to note that when you're running across this branch, just run.
Yeah.
Don't walk. You that you can't walk across it. For some reason, it has this weird thing where if you walk across it, you just fall off the edge. You cannot walk across it. So just make sure to run.
Yeah. Alright, we get hit here, so the first thing we're going to do is take these guys out, and then we need to get rid of our poison because that's going to show our health bar ticking away.
Yeah.
So, should have really done this in another order, but so still wearing a ring of fog. That means the guy knows we're up here somewhere. So we're gonna make him think we're up here.
So Stephen here gives an absolutely fantastic move, which means that we don't need to actually fight him.
Yeah.
But you'll see him start to make his way across here sooner or later.
Yeah, we actually lost sight of him, and
Yeah,
then
there he
there he is.
So Stephen has this fantastic idea that you will see and should praise lovingly. Now, to make a note, this guide does not this guide cuts out a part of Blighttown, the annoying part which leads up to the depths, where if you're coming from the depths you would come down into Blighttown from.
Yeah.
This guide cuts that out completely, so if you want to know how to get those items, watch the other Blighttown guide, otherwise just continue on.
Yeah, so right here, I'm just waiting for him to come up because, well, got nothing better to do. He steps off, I jump on, barely clinging on there, and yeah, avoid him completely. I don't know how he didn't hear us fall, but he didn't, so
Yep.
yeah. I believe the term for that manoeuvre is completely outplayed.
Yeah. So, the next part, here we are. We just hide here, which is where the bonfire is.
Yeah. Up the back, there's a chest in this room that contains a dragon scale. We just basically wait here for him to leave so we can send him messages calling him a dick and stuff. So, if this was any other build, we'd have probably taken him on anyway, but because we're doing this for the purposes of a guide and it was already our second time doing it, we really couldn't be bothered with his shit, so
Yeah.
we decided to do this as an alternative instead. So, here he's coming, thinking, oh god, he's going to be coming up this way, and then nope.
He just leaves. So that's us, we get rid of him.
So we get rid of him, and then I believe you send him a few messages.
Yeah, I think that might have been cut out, I don't know. So right, okay, so in here at the back where the bonfire is where we pick up the first dragon scale of the game. Then we just want to make our way back out here, back to the bonfire. Now, the next part of this guide is going to be us showing you how to get all the items which lie in the Blighttown swamp.
Yeah, there's not an awful lot of them, but they're
They are quite
definitely
good.
worth grabbing.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of, for this part of the game, relatively high level soul packets, so it's definitely worth picking them up.
Not to mention the titanite farm that there is.
Oh,
up
yeah,
towards
yeah.
the back of Blighttown and the leeches.
So I think we messaged him at this point, yeah.
Oh. Pulling back no punches at all, are you?
Nah. I felt that this was appropriate.
Yeah, well, you look like a dick.
So that's conveniently taken up 10 minutes of the video, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're trying to work out how to get all to fit. What was that one that he sent in? Close. It's not quite Carlin. So yeah, I believe the next section of this is probably going to be getting invaded by Manny or Mildred.
Well, it should have been, although we ended up killing Manny or Mildred.
Oh, we did that too, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Okay, right,
You'll
so-
be invaded by a red phantom at this point called Manny or Mildred, wielding a butcher's knife and a plank shield. She's really easy, just...
You can see this in the other
Yeah.
Blighttown guide. In that little clearing there, when you pass that area, she will spawn.
Yeah.
And if you defeat her, she will become a summon that will help you defeat
She will
Quelaag.
come back more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Actually, yeah.
That's what happens if you defeat her.
Okay, right, so now we're going to get on with getting all the items.
So, rusted iron ring time so we can run across the swamp at breakneck speeds.
Yep. And we want the spider shield.
Yeah. Why?
Extra poison resistance. Does it not give you that?
It doesn't give you poison resistance, it just blocks incoming poison.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Gargoyle shield would have been more appropriate because that gives you poison resistance. And
Right,
bleed
well,
resistance.
whatever. So now we have
Drake sword too.
a 25% roll.
No, but Drake sword gives you flame magic, gives you magic and
Okay,
flame
so
defense.
first of all, here is Shiva of the East, and
Hello again.
The cocksucker.
Strange to meet away from the clan.
Stephen here doesn't like him, but
Nah.
he is a great merchant.
So you need to lure these little creepers over here and get them to beat up Shiva. Well, try and lure it into here because you really don't want to kill Shiva. You just want to kill the bodyguard. If you kill the bodyguard, you can then go and seek atonement for your sins, and then Shiva will be a merchant again. But you definitely want to kill the bodyguard so that you can get the ninja flip ring.
Yeah. So in the other video, we show you what Shiva sells. So if you want to see what he sells, just look in the other Blighttown video.
Yeah.
So that guy killed Shiva, and now that Shiva's dead, this guy becomes hostile towards you.
He's holding a grudge. Can you blame him? He just killed his pal.
But he is easy enough to kill.
And he just tried to fire you as well.
I actually think that we get killed at this point.
No, I think we've... Yeah.
Nah. However, it's fine because his item is like one of those guaranteed drop items, so when you come back, the item will still be there.
Yep, and Shiva's item's still there as well, which will be the iron round shield and the
Murakumo.
the Murakumo.
You can also get the Murakumo from enemies in the giant skeletons from Tomb of the Giants,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
that's not until much later on.
If you're going for the 50% weight mark and you've got about 5 weight to spare, use the iron round shield instead of any other medium shield. It's still got the parry animation, but the iron round shield has got the deflection of a great shield, which means that any enemy who hits your shield with anything other than a two-handed great hammer attack will bounce off your shield basically,
Yeah.
which is brilliant because it's got good stability and it's 100% physical block shield as well. So that's it there.
Shiva's items. There's the Darkwood Green Ring from his bodyguard
And
there's
Ever
the
Souls.
So yeah, they're all really great items, and if you don't give a fuck about what Shiva sells, or if you just buy the stuff that Shiva sells, you might as well just kill him to get the items.
Yeah, so we're going to go around grabbing the first items, and the first of which is this one here, which I always mistake for a summon sign.
Yeah.
It's because of the body.
But there's a large titanite shard, and then there's no other items there.
There's the Witch of Ceaseless. She'll upgrade your Pyromancy Flame for you.
We'll get back to that later on in the video.
Yep.
So next we are off to get the souls that are floating about.
Yeah.
They're all, I think they're large souls of a Proud Knight, and
Yeah, they are.
They're
They are
very,
pretty
they're
good
very
soul
good.
packets.
You definitely want to pick up all three of them. Just quickly check the message that the guy sent us there.
Yeah, as you get fucked off these things. Yeah, apparently spelling something. Who knew?
Yeah, but clearly never realised that we tried to fit our message inside the limited space that we had, so whatever. These things can be a pain in the arse, as you can see, but
Yeah, just bring throwing knives. One throwing knife will kill them.
yeah, exactly.
One throwing knives with one hit kill to them. They get rid of them pretty quickly, and throwing knives are cheap as all hell. So that's what I would have done.
So I don't think. I mean, I think we might have had some throwing knives at this point, but we
Check
just
this
forgot
wee
to use them.
fucking thing off us. There we go.
So there's a bunch of other souls. There's also some items and things like that. There's a pyromancy and the pyromancy set.
Yeah, the
armor
Pyromancer set, the tattered robe set. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so you just want to hug this right side of the swamp, essentially, and that'll get you pretty much to all your items.
Yeah, we'll explain why the tattered set being here makes sense. I suppose we could explain it now, or if you want, you can save it for the video that it's in.
But no, you'll find out later. It's fine. We pretty much give off all the information. Essentially, Laurentius, that you get your pyromancy off, eventually he comes down here once he sees that you have chaos pyromancy. Or I think it's just actually any pyromancy that, any of the great pyromancies that Quelaag gives you. Anyway,
It's if you talk to Quelag.
eventually he will, when he sees this, he'll trigger and say like, oh, where'd you get that? You tell him it's down in Blighttown. He comes down here and
Never to be seen again until you come down to Blighttown and decides that he's went hollow and tries to fuck your shit up. So
and then you kill him, and then he drops a bunch of stuff. I think he drops a Pyromancy glove actually.
Yeah.
But,
Here's the one thing though, right? That would make more sense if he invaded as a red phantom instead.
no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would, because why would he go hollow and then you kill him and then his armour and body be in a different place? Whereas if he was a phantom...
Time is all fucked up in this game apparently.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as well with Kirk. He's an invading phantom, but his body's never there until after you kill him.
Yeah, it doesn't make... A lot of things don't quite make too much sense. So if anyone can actually explain to us...
Shine a light on that.
Yeah, why is it that you can pick up his armour there, but you don't kill him now, but then you kill him later, but you've already picked up his armour and shit? If anyone can explain that, that'd be good.
Why is it Dark Souls gets away with more plot holes than the Bible?
Yeah.
Someone fill us in.
So anyway, these slugs are fantastic things at this point in the game, because...
farming tools.
Yeah, they drop large titanite as well as 5 green titanite, which is a rare drop, but they will drop that.
They can drop between. They can drop either 1 or 2 large titanite shards, and every time they drop a green shard, it's always 5 of them, which is brilliant. And there's loads of them.
So if you want to make a magic or faith weapon or a fire weapon early on in the game, or at this point in the game,
or get your weapon up to +10.
No, you don't need green titanite for +10.
Yeah, but large titanite that you get from
Oh,
all
yeah.
these guys as well. The green titanite is the main one. The green titanite is more common than the large titanite drop. So
No, it isn't. No,
yeah,
the large
I'm sure
titanite
it's
drop.
that way around.
No, the large titanite drop is more common than the green one, but to be fair, they're both pretty rare.
Nah, you get a Covetous Gold Serpent Ringer, you stick 10 humanity in the chamber, and that should be fine. You get them off of like maybe 1 in 5 slugs will drop when you're running.
So there's a guaranteed large titanite there.
Yeah. There's another one in here, is there not, over?
No, it's
That's
the
green.
server.
Oh yeah. Oh no, there was one at the front.
Yeah.
That one.
There's a guaranteed green titanite around the other side, which we'll get to in a minute. So you want to just take care of these slugs, and then
yeah, they're not exactly difficult. So there's a drop.
Yeah, exactly. I don't actually know what one it is, because this was
I
like
believe it's large.
a month or something ago.
Large is what we were looking for.
Well, we get large one. In the other video, we actually got the green drop. I know that as much. So
large is generally what we're looking for, because we were
this point
towards lightning.
At this point in the game,
we'd want large. Yeah, we would want large so we can get our weapon to +10, because you need to be +10 so you can ascend it to lightning. So it's clearing up the last of these slugs. So there's quite a few of them in here. So what you can do is there's a little ramp just round the front which leads to the big hollow, and there's a bonfire in there. So what you can do is that if you want to farm these, you can just run round the big hollow, rest at the bonfire, come back out, farm them on the way back to the bonfire where Mildred invades, and then just work your way back and just switch between them. You'll get loads of large and loads of green titanite if you've got a couple of humanity on the chamber anyway.
So that's the server, and that's a great curved sword. It's okay. It's not the best weapon in the game, but it's by far not the worst, and it has an interesting effect where you will get like 6 HP back for every successful hit you land. So
yeah, should probably mention as well, it's not a great curved sword, it's a curved great sword. Don't want to.
Oh right, actually no, it
a
doesn't.
great curved sword or a curved great sword.
Yeah,
so
I thought you were saying it was great, and then when
Yeah.
it wasn't great.
that's the impression I got, and I'm like, no, it's crap.
Okay, a curved great sword, not a great curved sword.
The Murakumo is far better anyway, because it's also a curved great sword, but it scales much better with dexterity.
If you want a great curved sword, get the Shotel. But yeah,
If you want a great curved sword, get the falchion.
or that. Yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So take care of these fucking slug bastards, and
Kill him.
then right now we are off.
Oh, pillage body. Another
That's
large shard.
but that's useful for us.
There is a green shard here. You'll see us take a little drop off this ramp, but this leads to the big hollow. You flip through a couple of
We don't actually
walls.
go through the second wall at this, but we'll explain it anyway.
Yeah.
So there's the plank shield, completely useless, whatever, it's there for whatever reason. Now this is an invisible wall which leads to twin humanities in this, but behind that chest is another wall that you can hit,
Yeah,
which
if
leads to
you
the Great
walk
Hall.
around to the left of the chest, you can flip through the wall.
So yeah, so next we're going to get the green titanite drop, which is
Just out here.
Down here. You can drop down there.
Yeah, we try and get the plunging attack on a couple of slugs. Let's see, did I actually get any of them?
No, I think we did.
I don't remember.
We got one, I'm sure.
Did we?
Yeah,
got one
got
of them. Cool. There are 2 of them down here. Oh, this one decided that he's just not having it. So that's your green shard in there, and that is I believe that's all the items. No, wait, there's the
Great Club.
Yeah, the Great Club behind the barbarians at the other end of Blighttown.
I think we don't even summon anyone for this fight, so that's good.
I think we did.
Nah,
I can't
yeah.
remember. Oh no,
That's the other one.
that was the other one. Yeah, 'cause it was the same guy that was.
So this is the video where we actually stop summoning anyone for the bosses.
Yeah.
Right now, as you can see, to your right, up there, that is where you come down from if you came from the depths.
Yeah,
So-
if you do want to go up there though, you get so far up and there is the falchion and the wanderers set.
Yeah, I
up
mean,
there.
if you want to know where to get all the items from that section up there that we're showing you right now,
Yeah.
look in the other Blighttown video, and going up that way would lead to the depths. But
Yeah.
right now we're cutting that bit out because we're trying to show you this is essentially the sort of more player friendly route coming down from the back.
Yeah.
So next we want to get the only other item that's left until we come out until we like go back out the way. There's a few other items, but for now the only other item is getting the Great Club.
Yeah.
Now a point to make is the large club is infinitely better than the Great Club, but that's just then you get the large club off the infested barbarians with the large club.
Yeah. Also, the infested barbarians with the boulders drop the pickaxe as well, which if a few of you remember in Demon Souls, it was actually pretty good. It's more or less the exact same as it was in Demon Souls. So it's a pretty good. I think it's got even even strength and dex scaling, and it's got a pretty high damage and it's thrust only, so it works for you Leo Ring users.
So it looks like we're summoning this guy, but I
Can't remember.
think maybe we do Quelaag twice, like once we summon a guy and then we get totally destroyed and then.
I don't remember doing Quelaag twice.
See, I can't remember doing Quelaag twice. I mean, you need to forgive us here.
You're in control at this point, because the only part that I had control of is when I jumped down from over that guy that invaded us.
No, you done Quelaag as well. You done Quelaag in like one go.
Yeah, I've never died to Quelaag.
Yeah, Stephen here's actually very good. I'm really shit at Quelaag, but what do you know?
Quelaag's an easy boss. Our tails take too long.
So this guy right here is actually a guy that we summoned on the other Blighttown video.
Yeah.
On the way down, it just so happened that he appeared. So I think that's why we summoned that guy, just because it was like, oh, that's the guy. So
yeah,
we summoned him there. So
it's the guy that's made Blighttown infinitely easier for us.
Nah, actually, technically made it harder. I can't remember why, but I actually explained it in the last video. But summoning him actually made it slightly harder. I can't remember how though. But right, to get the large club, you want to hug this left wall here, which is the right wall if you're going the other
you
way.
also want to be careful because there's two infested barbarians with boulders who will lob them at you from that range.
And these are the ones that drop the pickaxe. They are quite difficult. Like one at a time is easy enough, but when there's two of them, they can like bulldoze you quite easily.
Yeah, especially when they start actually doing stuff like that to you.
So yeah, this guy actually completely destroys them. I go to get them and he just keeps backstabbing them before I can do anything.
It's because he's got the controls down, man. He knows how the mechanics work.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's using just a rapier and nothing else.
So yeah, you can get bulldozed like that quite easily, but just to reiterate, these are the ones that drop the pickaxe.
You could have backstabbed that guy and actually contributed. You've done nothing.
I know.
Look at him, he's pure leather in these cunts and you're just sitting there like, oh my god, I've got a big sword.
Yeah, like he just completely took care of them, like no matter what I'd done. Anyway, so there's the large club there. No, the Great Club, not large club. And that's him dead.
I hate their death animation. They pick up their boulder, then die. It's stupid. Yeah, and they drop Dung Pie as well.
Yeah.
Just in case, you felt like carrying around a pile of shit.
Now, these Dung Pies are interesting. Now, as you should know from Blighttown, there is toxic blow dart sniper guys, and they give you unbelievable toxic.
Yeah.
And it does so much damage. It's just like being poisoned, except infinitely worse. Now, Dung Pies also toxic you. So if you unequip everything, use a Dung Pie and toxic yourself, the toxic is much less than the toxic that you get off the blow dart snipers.
Yeah, it drains less health. It lasts.
It's just
doesn't
like
last as
being
long
poisoned
either.
actually.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's not like being. It's a little bit worse than poison, but it's by
Nowhere,
nowhere. It's no means anywhere near as lethal as the toxic is from those snipers. That they take you in like 30, 45 seconds.
so you may want to just
Avoid that.
or just poison yourself and then that's you.
Yeah, if you toxic yourself with a Dung Pie, then the blow dart guys can't inflict their toxin on you. So there's at least one defense to beating them. Ring of Fog worked for me in the way out when I somehow managed to win undefeatable odds.
Yeah, in the other video, like the Ring of Fog really, for some reason we went into the area that we'll explain later without the Ring of Fog, and it was just really difficult. But with the Ring of Fog, it was so easy. The snipers just don't aggro at all. So yeah.
Or at least it takes them a while to.
So here we are summoning Manny or Mildred. If you defeated her where we said she would show up, obviously we forgot to record it.
You've got Mildred.
But yeah, Mildred will show up.
Actually, a funny thing about Mildred, when we were playing online once, we summoned Mildred when we had another person summoned in, and as soon as Mildred gets summoned in, they took all their clothes off, and we decided we're also playing a female character, we'll take our clothes off and we'll all put on a sack, and that was it. Just Quelaag being attacked by 3 man-eater Mildreds. That must have been hell for her. That must have been absolute turmoil.
So here's Quelaag, and Quelaag, you get Quelaag soul when you defeat her. Now this
And
soul,
she's got the nicest pair of tits in the game.
Guinevere.
Nah, I'm not a fan of like the Japan supersize everything thing.
Well, regardless, Quelaag soul can then be crafted into the Quelaag Fury Sword via the giant blacksmith in Anor Londo.
Yep, or you can craft into the Chaos Blade with any katana that's at +10. The Chaos Blade is really it's a weird weapon. It scales based on your humanity. It doesn't deal fire damage, but it deals damage to you on hit as well.
Yeah. So
It does quite a bit of physical damage, and it does have like the best dex scaling out of all the katana type weapons in the game. I think it's got like its dex scaling's almost as good as like curved swords. So it's pretty good. So Quelaag's got a lot of tells, that being one of them there. When the female on top of Quelaag, when Quelaag, the female on top of the spider,
yeah.
dips her head down and like the entire body lowers, start rolling away, gonna smash you with some AoE, like that.
Yeah, just there, just start rolling away.
Yep.
Or generally, if she just sort of, if she moves and then just stops moving, there's another sort of.
It's really the only we need to worry about. When she
that
puts her
is-
hand on the top of the spider's head, that's when the spider's going to blow fire. There's another AoE. You can see the body just goes limp, and boom, another explosion. So this is her using her sword. She'll always draw her sword for about a good second and a half before she starts swinging at it. And the only other thing you need to worry about is when she does the weird stupid fart powder thing. Essentially, when you're all attacking Quelaag from behind, she'll do a quick shuffle, and then she'll just, well, there's the stomp as well, that's another one. One side of her legs jump, pop up, then roll out. But she'll do this weird shuffle, and then she'll just start expelling fire from her rear end, essentially. She might do it in this video, I don't think she'll last long enough. I do kick the shit out of her for a while.
I actually think we die. Maybe we don't.
Nah, if it's me that's playing, then we've won.
Oh no, it's that guy dies and then you need to take on
A buffed Quelaag.
yeah. So obviously the fact that that guy died and we summoned Mildred means that Quelaag is now
Twice buffed.
yeah, which means it's more like we're not doing as much damage with only one person.
Yeah.
Now, Quelaag was a total dick because she kept putting out like so many lava pools during this match that it was
she
difficult
done
to
it.
get
She done
to.
it in like so many fights recently. It's as if they patched the game. I don't know, but she's spitting fire a lot more than she should be.
So
So this isn't, like, I can't see the upper body of Quelaag, so I'm only going to take a couple of hits and then I'm going to get the hell out of there. But she's not a difficult boss to take on. If you are found like at her face and she goes to swing her sword, just pull to the left and try and tuck in between her front leg and her right cheek, and she can't hit you with her sword.
Yeah.
There's another AoE for you. Mildred takes it in the face. It almost looked as if Mildred broke that AoE slightly.
I mean, Mildred is actually incredibly
Insanely
helpful.
good.
Now,
She's fireproof, by the way.
Yeah.
We mentioned that, she's fireproof, yeah.
she doesn't take like any fire damage. However, she deals like fucking no damage whatsoever, but it's just so good for taking the aggro off you, and she has
Yeah.
so much health. So Mildred is definitely
The biggest issue with Quelaag is definitely how good she is distributing aggro and crowd control and shit like that. But with Mildred there to take this, to sort of like, take the wrap off you for a bit, you can just jump in and swing at her, and then that's Quelaag dead.
Yeah, so that's that.
As half of the battlefield is still covered in fucking lava.
Yeah.
So you get twin humanities, you get Quelaag soul, and you get a congratulations, ring the second bell.
Yep.
And then the cutscene for the second bell is much different when you compare it to the first one. Anyway, because stuff happens.
Yeah.
Ready? All right, pull the lever. So, bell's ringing. We're getting that lovely panoramic view.
And
And
can finally get to Sense Fortress.
yep, that is where you killed the gargoyles, and yes, that is the big fortress where Onion Bro is sitting outside. And these are giants. So, finally, the gates to Sense Fortress have been opened. And now you can get into what we would class as the build-up towards the difficulty peak of the game.
Yeah. So, before we get to Sense Fortress,
There are a few things we need to do first.
yeah. So
This mouse is going fucking metal. Can you please be on that one?
we need to join the Chaos Covenant, and to get to the Chaos Covenant you need to do this. We're actually going to split this in another video, but we didn't. So yeah, this is still part of the same video. This little gap in the wall here with a little bit of wall that you can see, not that one. Okay, I don't know why we're going this way.
Oh, Ceaseless Discharge.
Alright, okay, we're doing Ceaseless Discharge first. Right, so this boss was intended to be done much later on in the game. However, it wasn't. So we're going to show you the easy way of doing it.
Yeah, he is essentially supposed to be a late game boss. He does tons of damage with one hit kills at this point, but the only problem that they had when they were designing this boss is that they fucked it up. Well, to put it simple.
Well, they fucked up so you can do them this early in the game anyway.
They fucked up so you can do them in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, so I mean, really, if you don't do it this way, then you're probably not going to be able to do it, and there's no point.
Yeah, you can.
No, I mean,
I took him on
at
with
this
my-
point in the game. You're probably
At
not
this
gonna
point in the game, no, you won't be able. You won't do enough damage. You won't be lucky enough to sustain that long.
Later
You'll
on,
have
you'll be
no
fine.
sustain for this fight. But I done it with my strength build at level 60, just as I was coming out of Demon Ruins. Like, actually just going through it to take on the Fire Sage Demon and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
came by here because I hadn't killed him and I forgot all about it. I took him on and I fucking leathered him. I think he only hit me once and I was wearing a full set of black iron armour, so it done nothing.
Huh.
And I just kicked the hell out of him with a lightning's Y-hander.
So this is essentially the way to cheese this boss. This you can kill him ridiculously easily by doing this.
Yeah, it's a very well-known trick.
Otherwise, he is quite hard. However, if you follow what we do exactly, you will do this literally every time.
Yeah, this boss fight, doing it this way, becomes less a game of luck and more a game of patience. All you have to do is wait. As soon as he gives you the chance to, you know exactly what's going to happen. But right round here is the gold
Gold hemmed black set.
gold hemmed black set, which is just a black version of the Crimson Robes, but it's lined with gold because it's one of the uniforms of the Pyromancers of Lost Isolith.
Right, so what he just done there is he throws up this wall of lava, and if you just straight away ran off, you'd get hit by that probably and then die. So you want to wait for him to do that attack and then just bolt.
Yeah. Then you want to sprint. You want to gather your stamina when you get in here because he can't hit you in here. He can hit you on this alleyway in the right side though, so you want to get through here quickly. All you're doing right now is making it back to the fog gate as quickly as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And once you get back to the fog gate, you'll see exactly what's going to happen, and it really is a shame because this guy could have been a formidable boss if it wasn't for this.
It's true.
Now, so the Goldhelm Black set is actually one of the... I'd say it's one of my favourite sets. It's got very good... is it poison? It's either poison or curse resistance is very good.
Its fire resistance is good.
Its fire resistance is good as well, yeah. But it's one of the poison...
We prefer the Crimson set simply because you can upgrade it and it does have a little bit more defence.
Yeah, you can upgrade the Goldhelm set. So what happened there and why Ceaseless Discharge's life bar just plummeted is because he fell down there. He ends up making a jump for you and he latches onto the cliff. You hit his hand a couple of times and he falls to his death. So
yeah. And you get a nice easy amount of souls for it.
Yeah, you get a good amount of souls for this level anyway. We're talking a good maybe 2 or 3 levels worth of souls at this point in the game.
Yeah, I think something like that.
I believe we spend it all on Pyromancy.
Yeah, we do. But that's fine because we've levelled up appropriately anyway. So we want to make our way back to the
Quelaag's sister.
Yeah, so just
on we go. We're going to go find the Chaos Covenant. So back to the room behind the Quelaag boss fight, and we're going to dive through this invisible wall.
How anybody was expected to know that, but what do you know? So you want to just talk to this guy. Now this guy does let you buy Pyromancy, but the Pyromancy he sells is Acid Surge and Toxic Surge.
Acid Surge and Toxic Mist.
Yeah, either that or it's the one that destroys armor or something.
No, that is acid.
Right, well, regardless, he lets you buy 2 Pyromancies, but you can't buy them right now because you need to be that egg thing on his back. You can contract that, and it's like a bug thing.
Yeah, I do believe we show you how we do have a video of us doing it.
Yeah,
so.
The video is much later on, but we do show you how to do it.
Mm-hmm. So right over there is where Kirk, his armour will be after you defeat him and complete all of his challenges. So this is Quelaag's sister. And what we're going to do is we're going to enter the Chaos Covenant because we want the Chaos Pyromancies and we want the shortcut through Londo.
Yeah.
Not the shortcut through Londo, the shortcut through Demon Roads.
Basically, essentially we want to be able to save Solaire and complete his quest line, and the only way to do that is by going through the Chaos Covenant.
Now, somehow, we have no idea how, you'll see when it happens, like, when we're going through this shortcut, the guide that Solaire should have been alive on, he was hollow, and the guide that he should have been hollow on, he was alive.
Yeah, so
absorb that for a moment.
Yeah, it was a total pain in the arse to record, and basically what you need to do is fill your humanity counter up to 30. If you've done the way we done this game, you should have almost 30 humanity exactly if you didn't use any, which is incredibly useful. So then you want to just give her all 30 of them. It's going to take a while, but there you go. A little time lapse for you there.
We could easily patch this game and just add in a bulk offering system.
I know.
But we're not going to patch the game because they're working on Dark Souls 2, and if that doesn't have a bulk offering system, I'm not buying it. Like, fuck, I'm spending half an hour giving this Covenant cunt 1,000 curse money just so I can get extra stuff.
So anyway, there you go. We got the
rest at that bonfire, please, because we forgot to because of this dauber.
Yeah, the bonfire. You should rest at that. It's useful if you do. Anyway, we want to make our way back out, and when you get the Chaos Firestorm, that's when you've given her enough humanity, and that's you level 3 in the Chaos Covenant.
2.
Level whatever. Right, so here we are, we're at Quelaag, and right now we want to get some new Pyromancy. So she is like the best Pyromancy vendor in the game, and
of course she is.
We want to pop all the soul packets we have currently to buy as much Pyromancy as we can.
Yep, so you know that 70,000 souls we've got in the bottom corner? Yeah, you're not getting any of that to level up with.
Mere undead. Yet you can
You
see
need it for little privileges in,
Fascinating.
you know, the land of
I am
Lordan.
Quelana of
true.
Islay.
Can't afford to level
I am
up.
not often revealed to walkers of
Anyway, she sells. She is basically the main pyromancy vendor in the game. You can get a few pyromancies elsewhere, but this is where you're
This is
mainly
a
going to get them.
recurring theme in Dark Souls where you get a sort of novice vendor
of
and then you
course.
get like a master
It should be
vendor as well.
expected.
Yeah.
Like you've
Very
got
well.
what's his name?
You should
Greg's,
be
Greg's,
and then you've got Big Hat
To
Logan.
pursue my
You've got
pyromancy,
Laurentius, and then you've
you must
got
give
Quelaag.
something
yeah,
up.
Quelaag.
Are you prepared to do this?
And then you also have Petrus, and then you have
Rhea.
Rhea. Anyway, so you definitely want to get Great Fireball, you definitely want to get Firestorm and Fire Whip and Great Combustion. That's the main ones you want to get.
But right now we're only getting Great Combustion and we got the Great Fireball as well because we're just going to put the rest of our souls into buffing the flame. I believe we get it to
Plus 10.
10, yeah.
Upgrading the Pyromancy Flame is incredibly useful. Now,
It's incredibly expensive, but the bump in damage with each upgrade, if you upgrade it in bulk, you like the damage
Now go.
increase.
Whatever you do,
It can
do
make
not
you
crack and go
pretty
hollow.
impressed by it. But upgrading
It's
it one
my
dart
time
at a time,
spent
you
on
can
you.
still see a steady damage increase as
Yeah.
the game goes on, which is brilliant.
so you want to later on in the game we'll be killing her to get the Chaos, to get Fire Tempest, which is the last Pyromancy she gives you. Now you can get Fire Tempest from defeating the Bed of Chaos and then coming back and talking to her, but there's literally no point in doing it. You might as well just kill her. I mean, I hated killing her. It made me feel really fucking horrible inside, and I just hated myself. But
It's fine though. You've got a +5 halberd. You'll smash her in one hit. She won't feel any pain. It's mercy. I mean, she's going to be spending the rest of the day sitting in fucking Blighttown, where their queen is a white spider who's pretty much dead.
so now we're going to tune our
Magics. So
magics,
great fireball, great combustion, and heal.
and we're all set.
And
So now we're going to make our way back out of Blighttown. That's
Yeah.
us done Blighttown, everything to do here, and
shit.
now we're going to make our way back out. Now the last things that we need to get is a soul packet and a
Firekeeper soul.
Firekeeper soul, and that is on the way out, and we're going to be showing you how to get that now. So you just make your way back up the way you came in from, and
See, this is what I don't like about Blighttown. It just ends and then you need to go back up to the top because the area that it actually exposes to you is about 30, maybe 40 levels higher than you are.
yeah,
That really was bad game design there, but you know, if only there was some sort of elevator that took you back up to Firelink Shrine that they could have built into Blighttown. But anyway, or some sort of shortcut at least, as opposed to walking up all this shit again.
I think this was technically meant to be a shortcut.
Yeah, but it's still the point where you get to Quelaag, then you just need to turn round and walk away.
Well, really, when you look at it, when you come in from the depths, this is the only other way that you've not been, and you can't go any further in the demon ruins.
Yeah.
And this is another way. Like, this is a way out. So
Yeah, but it's also a way in when they let the master key open the fucking door.
I mean, there is that, but yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
So I think we do the Dung Pie thing now, but we've
No, you fuck it up. Yeah, look how close to poison you got. Do you know why? Oh no, wait, you don't have humanity in the... Huh. I thought you would have had some humanity in the...
So I don't know why it didn't work. Only had the
Maybe
one Dung
need
Pie.
two.
If we had two, then it would have been fine. But regardless,
We're
when,
just building up poison resist at this point.
yeah, we put on our most poison resistant armor at this stage, just so the guys don't give us that much.
Yeah, the Pyromancer set is very good for poison, by the way. I think it's got the highest poison resistance out of all the sets we've got on us at the moment. The
no,
pants alone are 145. Oh wow, the Black Hem set's 188.
yeah, the other, like,
Yeah, the
each
Black
separate
Hem
bits have, like,
yeah, the black hemmed skirt is pretty good,
oh no,
and the cloak as well actually. So yeah, it's poison resistance on the black hem set. It's brilliant.
yeah, apparently. Oh god. Yeah, so that's that then.
Yeah.
It's got very good poison resistance. So
So full black hem set apart from the tattered gauntlets.
yeah. So
Spider Shield out because we want to block any incoming darts. Pyromancy Flame on because
Yeah, if you use
quicker
any
to
other
pop and
shield,
sand them. Some toxic comes through.
yeah, but if you've got the spider shield, then that doesn't happen. So
Just waiting for our moment to basically pop them.
So the Pyromancy will one-hit kill him, and that's good. So next we want to run up here. These guys can be a pain, but when you get here, they stop aggroing you. So
No, they don't.
no,
they
they
do.
do.
No, they do.
So pick up that soul packet there, and then we Great Chaos Ball. No, just Great Fireball.
Yeah, Great Chaos Ball takes up 2 slots.
So Great Fireball killed him 1, and then we've got some Fire Dogs down here.
Which you can just plunge and attack both of them and win. Because they end up grouping together for you. How nice is that? So we grab the Firekeeper Soul and then we're out of here.
All we do now is I think we homeward bone back to the bonfire in Blighttown,
Old Faithful.
and this just saves so much problems.
Yeah, just saves you a hell of a lot of time.
So as you can see, using the Ring of Fog really helped there. Something with high poison resistance also really helped. Spider Shield also helped. All these things can add
Spider
up to
Shield
making
was
Blighttown a bit easier.
Spider Shield was key, and that gold hem set gave us like, if you weren't wearing that set, you
We would have been
had
toxic in 1.
Yeah, you'd have been toxic in 1 hit. You'd had about maybe a third as much toxic resistance as we do
Yeah,
at this
so
point. So
it was,
it's a very good grab.
The way we done it there went so much smoother than the other video. So just to point that out, if I say if you're watching the other video, then watch this one because it's just better. But obviously you're watching this one, so I can't say that. But yeah, so now we'll just make our way back out up to Firelink Shrine, and then we are off to Sen's Fortress.
Yeah, that is pretty much all we've got left to do now is make our way back up to Firelink. Sen's Fortress is going to be pretty difficult, to be fair. Sen's Fortress is really the first time the game actually has you a little bit under-equipped. Unless you're rolling into Sen's Fortress with an Ascended fucking Pyromancy Flame anyway.
Which isn't going to happen.
Well, I mean, you could farm that if you wanted to, I suppose. It'd be boring, but you could do it.
If you wanted to farm enough souls to get the Ascended Pyromancy
You could just
Flame,
do Quelaag over and over and over again. You
you'd have
always
to do
get
Quelaag
summoned.
about 50 times.
Yeah, but if you're level 30, then you'll be summoned instantly more or less all the time. So yeah, you don't want to do that because that's repetitive, and repetition really destroys replayability.
Yeah, so that's essentially it. We just make our way back up to Firelink.
Yeah, so you just follow the torches. The torches always lead you to ladders.
Yeah, that's something I mentioned in the last video. If an easy way of navigating Blighttown is just, if you're coming from the depths down, you just want to follow the light and go down. Like,
it's these
that's how
subtle
you get out.
developer tools, so it is that lead you in the right direction. Like, you can have, like, in The Last of Us, they've got moments where, like, there'll be things scurrying across the walls leading you in the direction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To be fair though, if it wasn't for these, Blighttown would be so frustrating. Just try to find a fucking ladder.
Yeah, definitely. Apparently it's something discovered. The developers of Left 4 Dead found that people just instinctively follow sources of light.
Yeah.
So I think maybe other people have picked up in that, or that might have just been something that has just been known in game design, but I've heard that first from Left 4 Dead. But I just find it's quite interesting that that's actually a thing. You know?
So running with your shield up here, by the way, just in case they do get a little too close, because then instead of jumping you roll like there.
And these are the guys that drop the large clubs.
clubs.
And the large club is very good, like we just said.
They drop Dung Pie as well, just in case, you know.
You want to toxic yourself.
You done what we did and we wasted the only pile of shit that you had.
Yeah.
So yeah, this just takes us back to Valley of Drakes, back to Firelink Shrine, and then we're going up to yon blacksmith. Because that is where Sen's Fortress is. Why are you just...
Don't know, I just stopped here.
Where are you? What are you?
I think I must have been talking to someone or arguing with you, probably.
I don't know, maybe. No, but like Sorsley, maybe it looks as if the video's crashed.
Nah. Wait, I don't know.
Has it?
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, the video's crashed on us. God fucking damn it. Yeah, the video's crashed. Look at it.
Oh no, it's not. Maybe we literally just just stood there for like a minute.
Why?
I have no idea.
I was sure the video crashed, but yeah, it turns out it didn't.
Well, it's lucky that it didn't.
It's lucky that it didn't. I mean, you're lucky that it didn't.
We are lucky it didn't, because if it did, I wouldn't be doing this again. Video goes on. The video's been going on for like 50 minutes. I'm not doing it again if it crashes at the 50-minute fucking mark.
It's fine.
Fuck that. We'll do it another day. So, yeah, back up here. Upgrade your Estus, rest at the bonfire, and pick up anything else you want to grab before we head through to Sen's Fortress, I suppose.
Yeah, and then after Sen's Fortress it is An Orlando, and then after that is when the game really starts to fucking get hard.
Yeah. Well, by the way, if you don't plan on joining the Chaos Covenant, you should really kill the leader of the Chaos Covenant, because you get another Faculous Soul, which means there's 2 in Blighttown, so you could have an Estus +4 by this point.
Oh yeah, that is actually a very good point. So there's Laurentius, we talked to him and then we sent him down to...
Yeah, because he's got nothing of value anymore.
Yeah, so just to do his quest line, like we pretty much get everybody's quest line done in this playthrough, including Big Hat Logan's, which was such a pain in the dick, but yeah. The stuff we do for you.
Yep, so you can tell him no, and he'll stay here, or you can say yes.
Why, yes, of course.
Because apparently yes is some sort of translation for
send you to your death.
I got all these magical pyromancies down in Blighttown. If only we were that good at shortening phrases.
I know. So I mean, you have the opportunity to quickly buy
any of his stuff before you send it down, because every time you initiate conversation,
so there's Rhea and her 2 bodyguards.
Yeah, but you can't talk to Rhea because she's just praying, shall we say.
Yeah, and she becomes very useful for faith builds much later on in the game.
Oh yeah, she becomes the best, your best friend in this game for faith builds.
Yeah, she's essentially the only decent vendor of miracles. There is other areas in the game which give you miracles as well, obviously.
Yeah. No, the best vendor for miracles are the Sunlight Covenant. You just join them and they give you a fucking lightning bolt.
That's not really a vendor though.
They give you 2, well,
It's not a
maybe
vendor.
3.
Vendor is someone that sells you stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they sell you stuff in exchange for sunlight medals.
Oh, I guess actually.
It's not a vendor.
Yeah, it's not a vendor though.
It's not a vendor, but it's close. Anyway, we're going to Sen's, because this is all that's left to do. You don't need to worry about ringing bells anymore, because now the game's going to step it up just a tiny bit, just in case you get bored.
Yeah.
You know, just going to kick you in the balls. So it's just consume the souls that we've got, because we need to upgrade.
If you can level up, then level up.
You want to make sure you want to upgrade your claymore as far as you can by this point as well. Get your weapon as strong as you possibly can.
Yeah, definitely.
So
you want to be floating at about a +10 at this point in the game.
You want to be at least on your way to a +10. There are quite a few large shards in Sen's Fortress. If you've not got any large shards on you, then what you do is you buy the repair box. Make sure your claymore's at least +6. Not the repair box, the weapon smith box. So that when you get to the top of Sen's Fortress and you've picked up the like 30 large titanite shards that are in there, you can upgrade your weapons. So reinforce, and we're going to get the claymore buffed a little bit.
There we go. So we're using a +5, so now we've got +6, and I think we get it to +9.
I'm sure I tell you to buy the smith box because we don't have enough shards on us at the moment. I really hope I got you to buy the smith box, because it's stupid if we didn't. Oh, we've got enough money for the smith box anyway, so never mind.
It seems like something we'd do. So we repair equipment as well.
I've always got the smith box by Sen's Fortress.
Yeah, there we go. Forget the weapon smith box.
Always have that by the time before you go through Sen's Fortress, because when you get to An Orlando, it's good to have a +10 weapon, so you can immediately build it into a lightning weapon. So obviously it's going to put you in a much better. You're going to be much better equipped for the boss fight. So it means you don't need to come all the way back here, and then go all the way back to An Orlando through all the shit that it puts you through, just to, get a lightning weapon. Take the smith box with you. So I don't think we even bother. We're just basically making sure we're stocked up and everything we need at this point, and that's it. So the video looks like it's about to end here, doesn't it?
Yes.
Just in a minute, something like that. 30 seconds probably.
So we just repair everything we've got, and then that is us ready to take on Sen's Fortress essentially.
Yeah, and you'll never see the Drake Sword again, by the way.
Yeah, the Drake Sword is now officially useless.
It's gone.
Yeah, you don't even want to use that thing for the depths if you want all honesty. You want to use that for the gargoyles at most.
No, it's fine for the depths, and it's technically fine for Blighttown as well.
You do more damage without it though. In the in lower Undeadburg and the depths, you do more damage without it because you can't put gold pine or charcoal pine resin on the Drake Sword. But yet both of them give you over 100 damage on the respective elements. So if your sword's at 110, you put one of them on it, you're already doing more damage, and the bosses are weak to fire and lightning in those areas, so you'll be doing more damage on top of that.
Right, well, anyway, that's us from this video.
The next episode will be Sen's Fortress. See ya.
Hope you enjoyed and hope it was informative.